Hello everyone, welcome to my little corner of Flosstube. My name is Joy, if you don't know me already, and I would like to talk to you about cross stitch and one crochet thing. So let's just jump right into it. Oh man, it has been a couple months. First of all, I just passed 400 subscribers, so thank you guys. Oh my goodness, I'm so incredibly blessed. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Mwah. Man, over 400 of you guys are listening to me jabber on about cross stitch, so thank you for that. So I don't really have a lot to show you today, but I'm dressed, my hair is done, and my makeup is done, and I was like, I should probably do one of these. Very rarely do all three of those things happen at once, so yeah, this is a day. It's been a day. I got 30 minutes of sleep last night. Just quick life update. Some of you guys know my dog Lady. I'm not gonna disturb her right now. She's laying right there. But she has seizures, and the past few days she's had a cluster of seizures, and they're really bad. They we just can't get this cluster under control. So she's been like having like teaser seizures where she'll start like she's going into one, and then we can rouse her out of it. But I don't think that if we didn't rouse her, I don't think that she'd come out of it. I think she'd go in and have a full seizure. But that also kind of means that the longer that it's put off, you know, I think it's going to happen anyway. But anyway, so I was up all night with her, just trying to make sure that she didn't go into a seizure, and she did sort of around 3:30 in the morning, and it caused paralysis, and she's been dealing with that paralysis all day. So it may be, she may still be in the post-ictal phase, which is the kind of weird like seizure hangover kind of thing. I think that can last as long as, I don't know, 12, 24 hours, something like that. So we're at about 16 hours now. So she's yeah, so we went and saw the vet today, and didn't really get satisfactory answers, but we kind of have a game plan. So anyway, that's why I'm dressed and have makeup on. So let's talk about what I stitched in January. I'm just kind of like go with the flow. I'm doing a very easy Wipgo. I realized that my best Wipgo goals are to just touch the project. So if you saw my Whip Parade, you saw all my Cottage of the Months and my Wordy Bird kits, and I really need to get some traction done on those. So I've decided, you know what, I'm just throwing those into Wipgo. So I started the year with a typical Wipgo board, and I'll tell you about what I changed about that in a minute. But so I did, sorry, see my messy house. So the two projects that I pulled from the Wipgo board, the first one I worked on is Schoolgirl Lessons by Little House Needleworks. I thought it was so cute. Reading, writing, stitching. Those are three of my favorite things. So I'm excited about this one. I'm doing this one on Pictures Plus 32 Count Mirage Belfast Linen. And I'm doing 2/2. I started this year. And I'm stitching it in, where's my floss go? Oh dear, I'm gonna lose my pattern from 8/22. And here's where I got to. No idea how many stitches this is. I don't really count stitches because it stresses me out, but that's where I got to. So it was fun, but I really wanted to get some good work on the next one. Because I really want to get these done so I can display them. So my next one is my October Cottage of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. Here is where I started. And I'm doing this one on Zweigart 36 count white Edinburgh linen that I dyed 2/2. I started this in Flosstube 2024. Oh, you know what? And here's what, there we go. Here's what it's gonna look like. So I don't know if I'll show you my start. I don't know when I edit. I'll decide where I'll put my starting point. We'll just do it here. Here's where I started. And here's how far I got. I'm very, very pleased with my progress. Hopefully it focuses. So I finished all the little border up there, October, with the little flowers on either side and the house. And so I feel like I got some really, really good progress on this. So I'm super pleased with that. I'm doing all the called for floss on this one. But I'm happy about that one. So once I got some good work on this, I was like, you know what, I want to work on the Hade 2026 Sal. I am doing, it's hashtag Hade Skulls. I think the, what the heck? Vanitas, I don't even know how you say it. I was gonna look it up, but I didn't. Still by, I think, some Dutch guy. Sorry. I've had a half-hour sleep, so. I'm doing this on 28 count, easy count Lagana, 1/1 full cross. Of course, I'm using the called for DMC. I started this on December 31st, 2025. And I'm working on I'm doing extreme cross country, DMC 30. I think it's 3371. It's whatever this brown is. You guys all know this brown, but yeah, I'll put a picture in where I was. But I came down here and started working down in here. And so, I mean, I'm pleased with my progress. It's a lot less than some of the stuff that I've seen. Let's see if I can get you to focus. What are we focusing on? Usually it's my face, but if I hold it above my face. Anyway, so people are making some insane progress on these. I've seen people that are like halfway done, almost done already. And I'm like, when do you sleep? But I guess not all of us have to stay up all night with a seizure-ridden dog, so. So anyway, I'm actually decently pleased with what I've gotten done so far. If you know me, you know that's quite a bit of progress. And then after that, I really had the urge to, 2026 is going to kind of be an impulsive stitching year for me. I just want to stitch whatever I feel like. try to get a little bit more light. I usually film up in my guest room, which is also my craft room. But today I was like, I'm gonna try filming down here where all my stuff is. So, okay, so I decided I wanted to restart And Praise the Pollinators by the Blue Flower. I had UFO'd this. I wanted to say DNF'd it. That's books. This is UFO. I had UFO'd this because I counted wrong. I did the little beehive here, I did this flower here, and then I started doing the beehive, and when I came up, it was coming up right in here. And I was just like, everything is just off. And so I was like, I can't, I'm trying to get this to focus on that instead of my face. Anyway, I just decided that I needed to just restart it. So I got new fabric, dyed new fabric, and had it ready to go. And then last week I was like, you know what, I really want to restart this. So I started with the beehive, and then I'm coming up here and just coming down, and I'll fill it in, and then I'll do all the outside stuff. So I am doing this on a 36 count antique white Edinburgh linen. Really, this is Edinburgh linen? Felt like Belfast. Writ dyed by me. All the called for DMC. I forgot to put my start date on here. It was last week sometime. So here is where I'm at. So I love this little bird. I think he's so cute. Look at his little neck collar there. It's really pretty. I love the colors in this. And this fabric is a little bit pinkier than it's showing up. But I started working on this because I dyed the other one too, because I wanted a super pale pink as a very warm pink. And I absolutely fell in love with it. I do have a mistake. I think I have 2 stitches too much on the bottom here. And that caused a miscount, so I had to fudge it coming back, because I started here and I came around, and yeah, I really had to fudge it right around in there. So you can, look at that, you can kind of see it, huh? Yeah. So let me see if I can show this without showing too much of the pattern. But like, I had to circle it and really make sure that, I was like, don't count from here, because if you count, it's gonna mess it up. So that's one of the reasons why it's good to have a working copy of your pattern, so that you can make notes like that. All right, so that is all that I did stitching wise. Plans, I think I'm gonna keep this out and keep working on it, because I'm really enjoying stitching it. So Wipgo, so I was catching up on Crafty Gaming Jamie's videos, and apparently just got a low power mode, or what's the word I'm looking for? Low power. So let's get my cord, plug it in. So apparently I haven't watched her videos since before Thanksgiving. which is weird because usually I watch them as soon as I see one come through. I don't know. I'm like super behind on Flosstube. But so she oh wait. I want to show you my hat that I'm crocheting. I could not find a crochet pattern that I liked for his hat. My husband wanted a stocking cap, so I was going to give this to him. I wanted one that does a magic, start with the magic circle, but all the ones that I found, instead of stitching from the top and going around and, you know, going like this, you stitch it like this and then join it together. I didn't want that, so I couldn't find a good crochet beanie pattern that started with a magic circle. So I just kind of made one up based off some granny squares that I was doing. I think it's going to be too big, but I'm going to finish it. And, you know, yeah, I mean, my head's small. Maybe it will fit him. I don't know. I'm making it up, so we'll see how it turns out. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I have no idea what the color is. I don't know what happened to the label. So anyway, there's that. Okay, so back to Wipgo. So anyway, so Crafty Gaming Jamie was doing Flossmas with an advent calendar. And which, you know, great. But then I realized, you know what? She had one of these boxes. And I was like, I have one of those boxes. My good friend gave me this box. It's an advent box for Christmas one year, and I've never used it. So I thought that it had 24 boxes on it. It only has 12. So what I did was I put all my pieces that I want to do for Wipgo. I wrote them all down, cut them out of paper, and drew the paper and put them in the boxes. There are 12 boxes here, right? Yeah, there are 12 boxes here. So I, numbers 1 through 12, I'm putting in here. And then 13 I believe is a free space. But 13 through 24 or 25, I put in here. So any number that's higher than 12, I'm just gonna draw from the cup. Any number that is 12, I'm gonna, or, you know, 1 through 12, I'm gonna pull from the box. So what numbers were called for Wipgo for February? Beats me. Let's look. I'm gonna pause while I look this up. Okay, I knew what they were before, and then I looked them up and I totally forgot. So we have 5 and 22, which means that I'm pulling from the box as well as pulling from the cup. So let's take a look and see what box number 5 has in it. I love this thing so much. It's so beautiful. All right. I kind of thought that I might get this one. This is Wordy Bird September. And then 22. This is an old candle jar that, you know, those candles that come as like a 4-pack at Costco? Yeah, this is from there. So burned the candle, cleaned out the jar, and now I'm using it for this. But let's see what we've got here. Oh, and we're also doing Wordy Birds May, which is funny because Wordy Birds May and Cottage of the Month May were originally on my board. So that's kind of funny that I got Wordy Birds May. Let me go grab those and I will be right back. Okay, so these are both going to be new starts. Wordy Bird September. These are both kits from Sweet Wing Studio that I got through Heartland Quilting and Stitching. They are on YouTube as, I think, Heartland Quilting and Stitching and the Cornhusker State Stitchers. I love this club, but I haven't started like half of them. So I didn't do a club this year. When I get a job, if I do any club, it's probably going to be a Fabric of the Month club because I need to bulk up my stash a little bit. So, but then again, I have so much RIT dye that I'm thinking that maybe I'll just buy a whole bunch of white linen and dye it myself. So, hi lady. So anyway, here's Wordy Bird September. And I'm changing these things. None of these things have really grabbed me, so I think I'm gonna make something up myself. So something about each month. Here's the floss for those. And I'm doing this on a Weeks Dye Works 32 count Tiger's Eye linen. So I rarely do the called for fabric. And I was not too crazy about the fabric or the called for fabric. I did get in the club, I did get the fabric option as well. But I think there's only one, maybe two that I'm doing on the called for fabric. So, but I saw this and I was like, this rust kind of orange color is just beautiful. So I thought that it would work well on this. So excited for that. I've been wanting to start that. And then May. Again, I'm using all the called for DMC. I'm doing this on a 32 count. Goodness gracious. 32 count green, white leaves, Belfast linen. And I thought that this was just way too neutral for May. I was like, it needs to be more springy. So, which is funny because when you look at it, like personally, all I see is brown, but there's like, you've got this beautiful green in here. It doesn't feel as brown as the picture. So you throw that green on there. I think it's gonna look beautiful. So I am so excited for those. I don't think that I'm gonna stitch pollinators all month. I've been having some urges to pull out other projects that I haven't worked on in a while. And so, yeah, so, oh goodness, I think her YouTube is Slow Snail Stitching or something like that. I stumbled across her channel. She had a video called Unintended Whip Parade. And she talked about how she decided that she wanted to put 200 stitches in every single project that she has. And I really like that idea. I may steal it, but I do also still have my Stitch 60 where I spin the wheel and I work on whatever is spun for an hour. And then I take that off the wheel so that I can make sure that everything gets touched. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with my Stitch 60 because I really like that. So anyway, that is it for this video. I'm gonna try to finish my hat. And then, yeah, I thank you so much for joining me. I'm not really gonna do a life update because life is just, I'm tired, first of all. And so it's gonna sound much worse than it actually is. So, yeah, so thank you guys so much for being a part of my little time here. And I hope that you guys are getting a lot of progress done in your stitching and are enjoying your 2026 so far. I have a giveaway for you that I almost forgot. This is what happens when I get 30 minutes of sleep. Yeah, so let's talk about this. I think I have another one. Do I have another one? Maybe I don't. Oh, I thought I had another one. Right now we have this one. So, when I finish a pattern, I want to gift it to you guys. So, here is the one that I want to give away now. This is the March Cottage of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. I finished this one. I fully finished it this year. I think I finished it a couple of years ago, 2024, I think. If you want to win this, please put a, say a nature emoji. Put a nature emoji below, and I'll get you in the, I'll enter you in to win this. So, just kind of my way of saying thank you for supporting me. And I loved stitching this. This is so much fun. This is the one that I was like, this is my trial one. And I was like, if I like this, then I want to stitch the rest. And I absolutely love this. So yeah, so we will put that in the pile. And yeah. So, okay, that was it. Love you guys. I hope that you guys have an amazing, however long until I see you again, probably a few weeks. But happy stitching. Mwah.